This was a dangerous tree. Well, I was pretty nervous about this tree. It was dead, been dead for a while. The top had fallen out of it. The drought last year killed this tree, and we didn't really know it was dead until this spring. And then it had been dead for a little while. All summer it had been dead, and it was on my to-do list, but it got moved way up on the to-do list when the top fell out the other night in a high wind, fell across the fence. And I knew it was only a matter of time till more of it started falling out. That's why, for the first time, I wore a helmet. That's right. It took me cutting my leg twice over the last few years and nicking pants with a chainsaw a few times before I finally wised up and started wearing chaps when I was bucking logs and topping and that sort of thing. I've never worn a helmet before. You really need to wear a helmet when you're cutting a tree. And so this dead tree with stuff falling out of it really got my attention, so I ordered a helmet, wearing a helmet, so I'm proud of myself. No doubt about it, it's dead, but it was still solid. So thankfully I was able to get a good cut on that thing. But you can see by the way the top exploded when it hit the ground that it's completely dead and dry. Well, of course it's dead. I keep saying it's dead, but we know that. I'm talking about dry and brittle. This was a dangerous tree. It's just a matter of time till some more winds busted out the top. Thankfully, when the top fell out the other night, it didn't fall on anybody or anything. Well, it did fall on the fence. It pushed the fence down, and I've got to do a little more work on that. But thankfully it didn't fall on any of the goats, because I was so concerned that the bottom of the tree may be as dead as the top or as brittle as the top. You start making your cuts with the chainsaw, beating those wedges in, and the thing could break. And if it broke off at the stump, then it could go in any direction. And no matter how good everything else is going, when you lose that, you lose total control. And it could have gone out here on the goats. The least it would do is take out the fence, It could have gone over this way, taking out the outhouse. In that case, we'd have to start going in the woods, and that would be inconvenient. Or worst case scenario, it could go over there and hit the house, and at least it would take off that awning, and it was tall enough to hit the roof, which it would have done quite a bit of damage. And so didn't want any of that to happen, so I had some insurance. That's what that is right there on the ground, a little insurance, a little security. Now, you have to be very careful about how you use that insurance right there. I like to use a rope on a tree instead of a chain or a cable, because the rope will stretch, and that's really what I want. I just want the pressure or the pulling strength of the stretched rope. I'm not pulling the tree down. I'm just urging the tree. And so that tree had some lean to the backside, and it grew up straight, and then when it got to the top, it or about a quarter of the way up, then it began to have some weight in the backside of the tree, and so it was tending to want to just sit where it was, which meant I'd have had to cut some more. I got my hinge as thin as I wanted it. I didn't want it any thinner than I had it. And so I got on the tractor and just gave a little nudge, just a little nudge, and then just let it fall. And it fell slowly, very slowly, because the hinge was stronger than I expected it to be. But all went well. I just praised the Lord for the outcome, and I'm thrilled. So the goats can settle down and settle in now, and just enjoy the rest of their day. When that tree hit the ground, boy, they were getting it.
Dream of living in a mansion. I wanted 10 cars and 20 chauffeurs. I used to dream of checks just for cashing. I wish for gold, diamonds, and pearls. And then I met you. I live in a little house on the edge of the woods. I wash my cotton dress